Hi everyone, welcome back. It's been probably 3 years since I last posted on this page. Welcome if you are new. I am Mackenzie. Formerly, this page I've been doing some like makeup things, lots of bags. I don't have many of them up here anymore. These are some different bags because I was at that time a 31 consultant. 31 went out of business a while ago, so I no longer do that. And I'm kind of revamping and changing this page up a little bit. You gonna come visit us, buddy? The dog might be moving in and out. Come here. No? Just kidding. He just had to see what I was doing. You might see Todd at some point, though, come in. But again, I am Mackenzie, and I love books. I've always loved books. I actually have been teaching English, or I guess was teaching English, I should say, I spent just over 5 years in the classroom. And this year, today is back to school for my former, the school I used to work at, the district I worked at. Today's back to school for the kids. And I know there's lots of people who are going back to school, but I am not this year. I have made the decision to stay home and focus on my other career as a figure skating coach. And that is what I am doing full time. And I'll be able to be at home going forward, to focus on that. I'm in the rinks in the mornings and at night, and then during the day I can focus on some of the other stuff that's important to me and that I love. And this was kind of a decision that wasn't easy to make, but it's a good one for my husband and I. And in the future, probably our family will see how things change. I might go back to teaching someday when my kids are back in school. Maybe I'll go back to when I don't have children right now. But in the future, when that happens, I might go back, but I might stay at the rink because coaching figure skating is what I really love doing as well. And so that's where I wanted to spend my time rather than splitting my time. I will be doing on this page, I'm not talking about the bags anymore like I used to. I'm not really doing makeup tutorials, but I will be doing some book reviews. Are you coming over for real now? Come on out. I was gonna go show you him and then he decided to get up, but I guess he wanted to come hang out here. So this is Todd. He might hang out in some of these videos. I think he likes having me around during the day. I'll be at the rinks in the mornings and the evenings, but I will have time during the day to do more reading. So that's kind of what this page is going to morph into, in between teaching and coaching skating and all of the things that I was doing and coaching all of the other activities. There just wasn't time for that. Now I have time again, as I am able to focus solely on coaching. I have picked up more time at the rink after stepping away from the classroom, but I have time during the day while the kids are at school that I'm working on some other things at home and doing some other things, but I also have hopefully some more time for reading, which means I'll be able to share lots of book reviews with you guys. And the thing that I'm excited about with this page is I do have, under the same new name, Let's Read and Write More, I've been posting for a while on Instagram. There's some on Facebook, some of the other socials. TikTok doesn't have a lot right now, but I'm going to kind of keep building that up too when I have the time to do this now and share these things with you. But I do like that on YouTube here we can go a little more in depth on some of my reviews, because on the other ones it's shorter snippets and reels and TikToks and things like that. You guys know how those are, and I can't go as in depth on why I'm giving certain books certain ratings. Whereas here I can talk a little bit more about the books and my opinions on them. Maybe I can share different things with you, because I'm able to talk with you guys a little bit longer on here, and I think that'll be interesting, since my feeling and take on books is not going to be everybody else's. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions on books. That's the thing that I've always talked about as an English teacher. Part of the reason I've always loved reading is that everybody gets something different from a book. Everybody has a different experience reading it, and everybody likes different things when it comes to reading. There are lots of people who are like, nope, I hate reading, without actually having read a book that actually interests them. I know that it's common for students to say this. As a high school English teacher, I know that this was things that kids would say all the time. They would, and it was actually one of my favorite things and like challenges, is when a kid would be like, no, I hate reading, to help them find something that they didn't hate and find a way for them to maybe enjoy reading. And yes, when you're having to read in school, I get it. Nobody really likes that. I don't always like being forced to read certain books. You know, if somebody's telling me, no, you have to read this, I'm probably not going to want to read it. But having the flexibility and the freedom to pick your own books is so different. So I understand that everybody's going to like things differently. Some of the books that I rate certain ways, you might completely disagree with, and that's okay. So I am excited to explain more about why I felt those things here. Take a little more time maybe going through and like curating these carts with you. I can do little snippets in the other things, but here I can go more in depth. We're gonna move. We're gonna see if you stay with me. You're probably gonna run. Oh no, okay. This shelf behind me here had, earlier this summer was full, like all the way across. These bookends were like barely hanging on to the ends of the shelves, because it had all of my hopeful reads for the summer and books that I was picking from this summer. I did add a few. I think this one got added on this summer, Dolly All the Time. A couple of them got added like as they came from Book of the Month and things this summer. But as I was working through reading this summer, I dwindled this down, and I'm not going to lie, this is a lot more books than I thought I was going to read this summer. So I will be doing a video wrapping up all of my summer reads because it's, I think, one of my best summers of reading ever. And I went on quite a few different trips. I was in Europe for 2.5 weeks this summer with my students for one last trip abroad. I took my figure skaters for a competition there in Pennsylvania. So I've done some traveling and still got a lot of reading in, which was really awesome. And this shelf very soon is going to have to be switched over to fall and kind of going through this cart and all of these things. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that, switching over some of those things on here. But overall, I would just love to have you hanging out here. If you were here before, hopefully this still seems interesting to you. And I know it's a little different than the content we had before, but I'm still me. I'm still going to hang out and talk with you guys like I've always done. And if you're new, welcome. I would love to have you hang out here with me as I share my love of reading and books, and, you know, maybe get to know more about yours in the comments and things too. So welcome back, and I will share another video soon. Probably it'll be roughly once a week on here is my goal, because Instagram and Facebook have them daily. But I'll see you again soon.